Hey everybody, welcome back to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim,
And I'm Black, back once again.
and we are back for a new episode, another new episode. And for this episode, we have a special guest with us. So I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, last season we actually had my cousin who is a Twitch streamer as well. She streams on Twitch, she plays PlayStation, and she plays PlayStation and Switch games. She plays a lot of Switch games. So I had actually mentioned at that time that I had a niece that's a Twitch streamer. Well, today I actually got my niece on the show with me, my niece, Diva. Diva, say hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diva.
Right. And she is a Twitch streamer. Diva, can you, what's your Twitch handle?
Of course, it is LFXGODIVA. Go Diva.
There you go. Yes, yes. So, when I originally first found out she was actually a streamer, it was pretty funny because it was on vacation. And, I don't even know how we got started talking about it, but my brother, her dad came down to visit and everything, and somehow we got started talking about it. Maybe because I was talking about video games or something, but we was talking about it. And they told me, they said, "Oh, well, Diva actually streams on Twitch," and I was like, "What? Really?" So. Diva, I don't know if you know this, but after they gave me your handle, I actually jumped into a couple of your streams, and you've seen me in your streams before. You've actually said what's up to me, but you've never known that it was actually me. But it was I've used my my Xbox handle, which is Slim Taurus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's me, and my daughter, she actually watches your stream as well too. So she even told me today that you were streaming earlier, and she watched you play Dead by Daylight. So
oh yes, I was on for a bit.
That's
today.
Such a fun game. And Black, have you played that game yet?
I saw it on Game Pass.
Dude.
Xbox Game Pass. It was, or was it online? I think it was in the store. One or the other. I forgot which one it was.
It was on Game Pass. It was definitely on Game Pass.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely on Game Pass. Definitely on Game Pass. Dude, if you want a survival horror that's like really gets your adrenaline going, play that game. I don't know if you remember, we went over it for one of our Halloween episodes. I think it was the first Halloween episode.
Yeah.
But play that game because it is wild. It is so wild. Just having someone coming after you, and you were trying to get out. You had to do certain tasks to get out of this place. So that was really fun. So, today, we're just gonna go over, kind of find out a little bit about Diva, and just kind of find out about Twitch streaming in general. Just the different things that kind of got you started and everything like that. So, originally, what actually inspired you to start streaming on Twitch?
That is a good question. So every now and then I actually think back to this moment, but it was years and years ago. Back when I was still on my Xbox and streaming through my actual Xbox, I just had an idea to show other people what I was going through and how much fun I was having with my friends and all of the games that I was playing at the time. So I'm like, why? Like, I wish other people could see what I was doing, or like see, what I was going through, and like how much fun I was having. So I'm like, let me go ahead and actually try to stream. I mean, at the time, I didn't really have any goals to be anything like more big or popular. I said, you know what? Let me just give it a shot, and I did, and that's where I started from, just to show what I was doing. That's all it was.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's actually pretty funny, because like going back in time, like, and you talk about how long ago it was. Going back in time, thinking about like me and my friends and playing, and different times where Black and I would play, or Chris and I would play. Even back in like to Nintendo days, So going back to Nintendo days, I can remember playing with with friends, brothers, and all that, and like the bigger the crowd is, like different people. Like, well, let me say this part first though. But the bigger the crowd is, like that's around you when like back in the Nintendo days when your friends are around, like the more hype you get for whatever game, like if you're playing Street Fighter, whatever. So playing with Chris and playing with Black, the different things, we see something happen, like for the one thing I can actually say that's actually close enough is we always talk about is Gears of War. When I play Gears of War with Black or I play Gears of War with Chris, crazy stuff will happen at certain times, and I'm like, man, I wish people could see that, And one of the cool things about the Xbox is, the Xbox has that. Well, now not just Xbox, actually now most systems, console systems, actually has a quick button. You can hit the button one time and record, and you can actually record and share with people. But actually streaming is actually really cool, and so people are like real time are seeing that, and actually seeing you actually play some of those games was actually really dope too. So I actually really like that,
Thank you. So I actually want to add a point to that because you made me think about like when I used to, when I was like really young and I would play games with my father and I would actually watch him play a lot of games. I didn't play mostly just him. And it was such an experience just to be next to him and to be able to like engage and to be able to comment and just to be there to have fun with him. Like it was a very really like nice moments like when I was younger. So I feel like just to have that and also be able to stream and to show my own stuff to other people, like a lot of people who, even folks that I don't even know, what I'm saying? That like that kind of experience is like it's also shared in that moment as well. So it's like, just nice to have people with you when you're doing things in
and
games.
that's extremely dope. I mean, just the actual sharing part of it, that and that actually that kind of brings up to something else, of playing with my own kid, So it was funny with her playing when she was smaller compared to now, because now she actually even plays GTA with me and all these other games, and she's a very ruthless gamer when she comes to certain things. So that's pretty fun. So, Black, you got something?
What were some of the initial challenges you faced when you started streaming? Me and Chris, when we first started, when we decided to, to do this podcast, there were some initial challenges that we faced. I was just curious to know what type of challenges you faced when you wanted to start streaming.
Okay. When I first started streaming, I definitely did not know like what I would need at all. So I know, for example, like when I was back on Xbox, I was wanting to stream like through Xbox, which made it a lot easier. Like all I had to do was just stream through Xbox, and I was good. But I had issues that happened. I had like audio issues. I didn't know like whether it was going to come through with my voice or not, whether it was going to lag or not. It was always some type of situation going on. Then, like it was an option to, have camera as well, but I didn't have the camera that I had in my Xbox. So I'm like, that wasn't going to be an option. So it just not knowing what I needed was one of the challenges that I had when I first started, even though I didn't really mind because when I first jumped, I didn't have any expectations, to be honest. So it's like I wasn't really sure if I wanted to really go far with it, if I wanted to just to do it for fun, So that was pretty much my challenge, just not knowing like what I would need. That's pretty much it.
That actually, that's a good point, because if we ever decide to start streaming our games, we would actually need the correct equipment,
Right.
Which that would be a trip to actually start streaming that. We will look into that.
Yeah, definitely.
So the equipment that you actually have, what equipment do you use?
Yeah, nowadays there's so much more than there were many years ago. So you have so much more options and so much more ways to have good quality streams. So for example, me, I started off, I think the first thing that I ever bought was a capture card, because I wanted to put my streams through a much better, smoother way to like show it on Twitch. So I wanted to put it from my Xbox to my PC. So I bought a capture card. And from there, that's when it started to get much, much better, because you know what? After you have your PC in play, you can do so much more. You can actually have sounds, you can have audio going, you can have like when somebody follows your page, you have a whole little animation going on, sound behind that, like it's so much more that you can do. So that's where I would start with the capture card if you have a console. right?
Gotcha. Okay.
From there, then you can get more fancy. You can get a camera, which I have a camera, but mine is from like Amazon. It's not really like big because you don't really need anything like when you're first starting off. Not that, that big of a deal. After that, I actually bought a green screen so that I can have, just to make it look better on stream. So I can have like just a floating head almost, no background. From there, I went on and I bought a stream deck. Now I'm getting fancy now, to be honest. The stream deck is not really needed, but just to have like that type of like hands-free kind of way to manage your streams. Like I have buttons for everything. I have buttons to be able to like do sound effects, to mute my mic, to mute audio on Discord. I have all kinds of buttons to help me out with different functions. And also my mic. I forgot to include that. That was a big thing too that I bought. All these were actually from Elgato. So I have the Elgato Wave 3 mic, which has great quality. I love it. And it comes with a program where you can mix your audio. So I can actually mute my mic from like the stream, but still be able to like talk to like my friends. Or I can mute my like friends' audio and then, just have it off the stream. Or I can mute it to where I can't hear them, but my stream can hear them. So it's super nice to have that software to be able to mix and match my audio in different places.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That equipment, that's and it's funny. So here's something that's funny too that I'm gonna throw in here. Both Black and Chris, they're actually both considering getting gaming PCs. Black has talked about it on our podcast before, and then Chris and I have been talking about it for a couple of years. I personally haven't started even trying to consider getting a gaming PC yet, even building or just buying one straight out, just because of different things, console, how often I use, like, if I do, I'm trying to debate between laptop and an actual full desk setup. And that's the thing. I've completely gone away from a desk setup because I've used to have one. However, currently, like right now, I only use a laptop for everything. Laptop, my phone, or my tablet. So as far as like equipment with your PC, what made you switch from console to PC? Was it just because of how like speed, clarity, everything like that?
No, that wasn't the only reason. So I won't lie, it comes with like a small little story attached to this. So I think it was back in 2020 is when I actually tried to invest in a gaming PC. And yes, like it was nice to be able to have a PC to have more space and do all that good stuff. But my reason behind it was for the games that I was playing at the time. So I was big on COD at the time. I think I was playing Cold War. I believe that was the game of that year that was big for us. And I noticed that me playing shooting games on controller was kind of weird for me. I don't know. Like, I feel like those two sticks and having to have that coordination to move both in different ways at the same time and then have to shoot and then have to move and turn around, it was too much. So I'm like, maybe I could try my hand on the keyboard. Would that be so bad? Like, I just have to try it. So I ended up buying a PC, of course, for other reasons. But then I'm like, let me at least try to see if I can shoot better on my mouse and keyboard. Of course, it was a big change for me, but I got used to my keyboard much easier than trying to play on controller for just those FPS games. So that's one of the big reasons of why I turned to try that out instead.
That's funny. And it's really funny because my brother Alex, he's a huge COD player. So do you still play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We're gonna have to get you in the family group chat.
I'm about to say, please add me.
Yeah. What is it? For the next one, the next game, we're all gonna get on it. So like a lot of us, including my daughter, her boyfriend, all that stuff. But Black, what you got?
Was there a certain particular a game genre that you wanted to I know that you want to show that you want to play, or did you just choose to play anything? Stream anything when you play?
Yeah, I didn't have a certain genre because I just wanted to just show whatever I was playing, at that time. So, for example, whenever I play games, it don't matter if it's like horror, if it's like FPS, if I'm playing a survival game. I'm usually having fun because I'm playing with friends. So I just want to show that. I want to show that fun and that entertainment. That's what my goal was. So it could have been any kind of game. I just wanted to just get that out there and just have people just join in that fun with me. So there was no in particular like no genre that I wanted to show.
Okay.
Just games with friends, honestly.
Yeah. So Black, as far as that goes though, like, you getting your PC, your game PC, whatever, would you stick to the same genre, or now that you actually have like expanded capabilities, would you try to do some other kind of different genre?
Well, I was thinking about trying Diablo if I got a gaming PC, because I heard it's more natural on a gaming PC than actually on a console. So I was thinking about that. Games like, I think you mentioned it before, Baldur's Gate 3. You had mentioned that you were into that, and
Yeah,
I was like, that's more of like a mouse and keyboard type game.
but it's still good on the console. It's still
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I
No,
really
I
need
ain't
to get
knocking it
back.
on the console, but
Yeah, I really got to get back into that too.
I hear from a lot of PC players, and they say, those games, they're glad they moved to the console, but the natural feelings on the PC because it comes from PC, I guess. But I don't know. I was thinking about that, but I'm not exactly too sure how I'm going to feel about a mouse and keyboard. It's going to feel foreign to me. Yeah,
It is.
Chris,
It's super foreign.
Most likely I have one hooked up to my gaming PC. I don't think I can get away from the controllers.
So, and the funny thing about it is, so a couple of PC gamers that I've seen and watched, I've actually watched them have used actual controllers hooked up to their system. Like my daughter's boyfriend, he can actually do both. I think he uses mouse and keyboard for certain games, because like I think for Call of Duty he actually uses mouse and keyboard, but for other games he uses a controller that he can actually. I think he actually just takes his Xbox controller and hooks it up to his computer. I think so. Because the Xbox controllers, I believe, for certain systems, they can actually connect directly to your PC. I believe.
Yes.
Chris, is that correct? Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah. So you can actually use your Xbox controller, Xbox One. Original. That's one of the original Xbox controllers. So
yeah, that's OG Xbox right there.
Yeah. So you can actually use them for gaming as well. So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I do that too. I won't even lie. I have games where I would just only play it on controller, even though I'm on PC, and then I have games where I'll just only do it on keyboard because it just feels better. So I understand that concept. Makes sense to me.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's the thing that really kind of, I don't want to say scares me, is that gives me pause with the systems and the games. Is just deciding, and it's kind of cool to hear that you go back and forth too, but it's deciding between keyboard or mouse or controller, so that doesn't make me feel as bad that, to decide which one. So what's your process for planning and preparing the stream? Like, do you just jump on the game and just play, or do you say, okay, well, you know what, I think today, with a whole lot of prep, you say, hey guys, y'all want to jump on this today, and then you kind of actually like work around in the background with your friends, or is it just like, we're just jumping on and doing it?
A minimal prep, because if I overthink it, I won't stream, and that's what I've been finding myself having that issue. Like, for me, I have an issue with just streaming and sticking to, just having it done frequently. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'll hop in for like one day, then you won't see me for like 4 days. I hop back in, then it's like on and off. So most times I just overthink it, and that's like, I can't do that. I always tell folks, just hit live and just do it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you're just starting off, especially, just hit live. Don't think too much into it, because you won't really get started, and it's gonna be hard to get off the ground with that. But sometimes I do have planning where I'm like, I'm going to do an event. I think one time I think it was like 2 Halloweens ago, I said I would have a whole week of just like straight horror games. And I planned it out. I had like a whole list of games that I was going to do every day. I posted it on Instagram, and I had people that will, they come in to see those certain games on certain days. So that happens occasionally where I'll do like little events with my community, and I'll tell them, yeah, I'm going to do this and that, or I'll just announce it. But for the most part, I'll just hop on live most days and just play a game, and then people will hop in, hop out, and just let it be what it be. Just have to be live. Just got to hit the button and just do it. So yeah,
that's dope. That's actually really dope. So yeah, I actually created a Twitch channel to stream, and I think I connected it. If I didn't connect it to my Xbox, I connected it to my PlayStation. Connected to one of my systems, but I've been afraid to even try to just start streaming because like the type of gamer I am. I'm kind of whack. Like, and sometimes I could. And it's so funny. I said I'm kind of whack, but anyway, I. Depends on how I'm doing. Some days I'll just button mash, and other days I'll go ahead and be really technical. So it just depends. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready to stream or not yet, quite yet. So Black, would you stream right away, or do you, like, what I'm saying, like, well, actually too, would you stream from your console, or would you wait for your actual gaming PC?
I will actually stream from my console because if I'm just going to jump into a live stream, then I'd rather be from console, because if I try to do it from PC, I know I'm going to be screwing up. Being that it's something new,
Right. But still, once you get the gaming PC, it depending on how you're doing and what you're doing, you would actually have the same skills transfer over. It's just that it's a matter of whether or not you're using your controller or keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
So
well, probably with the game PC, because like Diva just mentioned, you got more options in the PC. There's so much other stuff that you can do while you're streaming on PC. So yeah, most likely from there. But I think I'm sort of like you, Chris. There be some times that I'm button mashing. And then there's sometimes I'm like, I really got to concentrate, and I don't want to take too much time trying to figure something out, because what if you're playing like a puzzle game or something like that?
Yes.
And then, you're spending like 30 minutes trying to figure out one puzzle, and the people who are watching you, they're probably like, man, it's right there. Can't he see it? It's like 30 minutes gone by. He ain't seen it yet.
yeah. And that's the another thing I would be kind of afraid of a little bit, is just that when somebody's watching me, they were like, "You can't get it." Oh my gosh, that type of stuff.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be a game that I actually really like to play, and I'm good at.
Yeah, I do remember
streaming
this.
No game. I'm trying to figure out.
Now, I do remember this though. When I watched her play, Call of Duty. She was actually pretty good, because one of the episodes that I saw, she was actually sniping. And she did actually really well. It was like, I think, an all sniper game or something like that. Yeah, you did well that game.
Sure, barely. But listen, I have my I have my little good days and little bad days. So on a good day.
Well, that sounds like camping, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well, no. So the match that she was playing, just messing with her. Yeah, I got you. But no, that's why I said the game that match was an all sniper match.
Oh, it was yeah. So everybody was camping. Got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
I have my days, but I swear, like how you guys are saying, like you guys are like, kind of like worried about folks who might say, "Oh my god, like how can we even see this?" or whatever, because like it happens to me too. Like it literally happens to me too. Like it happens all the time, because I have days where I might play like a game that's either a puzzle where I'm like I can't figure it out. But the thing is that either they'll help you in the chat, or if you don't want help, you can tell them that, and they will just stay quiet, and they'll they'll still support you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be worried about that, because it'll go one of two ways. Either they'll probably complain, but they'll still try to help you, or you can tell them, "Hey, don't help me," and then they'll just sit there, and that's it. That's fine.
Yeah.
So don't be worried about that.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. That's what kind of because I don't know how familiar you are with Destiny 2, but when you play the raids, and if you don't know the raid, them dudes don't like to help nobody, man. Especially if you got to have a whole squad.
Yeah. Okay.
Black, what you got? You got another question?
So when you're doing a live stream, let's just say you run into a technical issue. What's your way of handling that during a live stream? Um, do you announce that you're having some issues and you need to fix, or how's that go? Do you actually have fixes like when you're actually having the stream and you could just fix it real quick without even having to stop?
Yeah, it depends on the issue because I mean I haven't had too many issues since I've upgraded my PC too much, but I know like back before I had my upgrades, I had lag issues for sure. And it was more so because it just couldn't handle all that was happening at the same time. Like I'll have up like say COD and the stream, then like I have up like a show on the side. It was a lot going on the computer, so I think I was kind of I was doing too much. But now that it's upgraded, I haven't had that issue as much. But like if I did have a lag, for example, and at times I wouldn't catch it because I was in the middle of the game, but I have my support squad will tell me, hey, it's lagging. So I'll stop because I'm like, that's kind of like that has to be fixed, like, like quickly. So I'll stop. I kind of see like what might be happening, what might be, affecting that. I think back in that time, I just have to probably close down other things that I had, around the game and make sure that everything was just not as stressful to the PC. But yeah, I'll definitely stop, fix it, and then I'll try to get back. Just try to get it back going as fast as I can. But I haven't had so many issues really since I've had it upgraded though.
That's actually an interesting thing to keep in mind. So lag, because that is one thing definitely with consoles. If you start streaming on console, that's definitely going to be a concern.
Yep.
So yeah, capture cards are probably something that we definitely need to look into if we're going to actually start streaming on console. I'm trying to actually think about too is ways that, say, if I want to connect with Chris or with Black, if either one of us, any of us are playing a game, right, and I want to stream, do both of them need to actually jump on the stream, or like, how does it work as far as wanting to play with other people? And I mean, I'm sure that they just watch your screen. Your screen is the one that's streaming, but do they actually have to? How does the audience hear the other people on the side? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's gonna require some more software and some more effort. You know what I'm saying? So I think on console there are integrated settings where you can kind of like set if the stream can hear like your party audio or not. But if you're gonna do like a capture card, that's gonna ask for a little bit more finesse, because if you go through PC, there is no like, well, there is audio through capture card, but that's only like your game audio. It's not going to include whoever is playing with you. So for me, for example, whenever I play anything and I'm on PC now, I have my friends on Discord and I can put my like that audio onto my stream. Okay, so that's what I use.
So that makes sense. So say actually, like, say all three of us, Chris, Black, and I, are jumping in the game. If we wanted to stream it and I wanted everyone to hear our commentary while we're streaming, while we're playing, I would stream my game audio and connect that to my Discord and have my Discord also playing, correct?
Yes, you can, but you're not limited to just that, because there's different ways to have your audio played through. Like, for example, I also had a time where I had people who didn't have a Discord and they just had like Xbox. So I have Xbox on my PC where I can have the whole party chat through PC. So there's other options of like ways to get your audio coming through from other people on PC, not just Discord or just Xbox. Wherever you can talk on PC, that can go through your stream. Wherever you can talk, if you have a capture card.
What you got, Black?
Yeah, I have to ask, what is your most rewarding experience streaming?
My most rewarding experience, I feel like I have different types of experience when I was streaming, all good, like different good experiences. I think my most rewarding experience, okay, I have a good answer to that one then. That was back when I was streaming The Sims. Now, Sims 4, I see you laughing already. Now, with that game, I figured that nobody was ever going to watch that game because who wants to watch The Sims? And then, especially for me, Like when I was playing it, I've spent a lot of time making Sims for the most part. So I'm like, who's gonna watch me make Sims? So turns out there's a whole market for that on Twitch. Whole market for that. There are people that were coming in and just watching me make Sims. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And I built a community off of just Sims that year. And I had people coming in from all over the place, and they'll come back every day and watch me make Sims and me make a whole community off of, whoever I was making. So I ended up meeting an influencer from Chile, and she rated my stream with like 100 plus people because she liked that I was making a Black person sim, and she didn't know that like people were doing that. So she had joined in and rated my whole stream, and she had actually popped in a few times. She invited me to an interview that she had going on. So I actually did a whole interview on Zoom with her, and she posted like on media. It was great. So that was probably like my most rewarding experience.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That is really dope. I like that. That's cool. And building your community actually is important. So that's actually kind of cool how you just kind of fell into that community, and it for lack of a better term, it built itself. However, you still did that work because you did that, you with your personality and you building it, because everything you put into that sim was all you. So, that was all the work that was like the hard work that you did for that. So, have you found, or I should say what strategies, but like, have you found, any other strategies that can help build the community for streaming? What's your, what's the best way to build your community that you found?
I would say being, what's the word? Consistent for the most part. Like that's the first thing first. Like you can't just stream one day and then go away for like 2 months. So you're not gonna build anything like that. And that's kind of what I've been facing in like the last like 2 years straight, literally. Like I'm not like really locked in right now to say I'm gonna stream every day, stream every week, whatever. That's really been hurting me. But back when I was actively streaming for a while, it was easy to build that because of the fact that like I would come back every day and people would be able to also come back and join me again. So that would be one thing that I say for sure. And two, have a good, I want to say like have funny friends, have fun friends. Like for me, I play a lot of games that involve my friends. So I have funny friends. And them being a part of my stream makes my stream even that much more fun and entertaining. So whenever folks come into and see me and they also hear them, it's always a good time. And they always, have a good time, in the chat and watching and commenting and answering questions. So it's always, it's always fun like that.
Yeah,
so have fun friends and just be locked in on stream and just stream. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop.
I can definitely attest to that. You and your friends are really funny to watch. I watched y'all play Chained Together, which guys, I have got to that if any reason we have got to be able to play that game. That will be one game that we all need to play. So many people are playing it now, but that's one game that I really wish that the three of us could actually play together because it's hilarious, man. Have y'all heard of the Chained Together? Chris is shaking his head. Yes. Black, have you heard of Chained Together? So basically, Chained Together is you know what, Diva, go ahead and explain this because you've actually played the game. I just watched you play the game, but it was a trip.
All right, it's kind of how it sounds. Like you are really just full on chained with other people. Now, the whole point is to escape hell and get to heaven. That's the whole goal of the game. So you have to like kind of keep going up and up and up in this world until you reach heaven. And there's obstacles along the entire way, like just having to platform and jump, and you might fall all the way down to the bottom. It's tough, right? It's tough, crazy. But it's fun with friends, of course. It's fun. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much the whole, essence of the game.
Yeah, it was extremely crazy watching them. And then at one point they jumped into like a doom buggy and somebody had to be facing backwards while one person was driving. I think when I saw Diva, you were actually driving, no, I think it was your friend was driving. I don't know, but it was crazy. And this is one of those situations where it was actually frustrating to watch because the person who was driving was like driving and almost like going off the sides and stuff. it was actually really cool to watch. It was really cool.
Sounds like me was driving. Sounds like it was me.
Yeah. But I did send the links to the guys so they can actually check out your stream one of the times. So that was a trip. Like I said, that stream specifically was actually really dope to watch. So so do you have any trolls in your chat, and if you do, how do you deal with them, or negative comments?
Yeah, negative comments that definitely come with the territory, and I think it also would rely on what you're playing too, because what you're playing would attract certain viewers as well. Like for example, when I used to play 2K, which is NBA 2K,
Mm-hmm.
I had a mixed bag of viewers, of people that would come in and come see me play and stuff. And that game was also really toxic in itself as well. But back then, that was back again in 2020 when I would play 2K as well. And I used to have the camera on some days, camera off. So me being a female Black woman, playing 2K, it was like a spectacle. I would have people like hop in the chat like, oh my God, like you're a girl. And then, if I beat somebody, they'll come in the chat too and be like, oh, this and that. Like they always, try to say it's something slick. Or like if they beat us, they come in the chat too. I'm like, it was always a mess. But most times you have to ignore people like that. I didn't really ban all of them because it's like, first of all, it was a lot of banning that was going to happen. And it's like, I don't want them to like see that they would get to me because it's just not that serious, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just kind of ignore most of them, or my friends would just curse them out, just take care of it and just move on, to be honest. So
what are friends for?
Yeah, exactly. I let them do the,
right,
all that work. So
yeah, definitely, man. And when we interview our Madden player, we got a Madden interview coming up. We interview our Madden player. I want to kind of elaborate a little bit more on the toxic community with the sports games because I can see it being toxic, but the reason why I say that, and I'm not, people, if you're listening, don't jump on me for this, but think about this. Think about just general watching a sports game. How angry people get watching the game, how many TVs get broken, things get, smashed and stuff like that because their team loses. Now, amplify that being with the fact that you're the person that's actually controlling the team this time. So that's amplified, and controllers get broken that way. Whole systems get broken. You've seen those, not you, but, people can see on TV. Wow. Anyway, I'm still thinking of broken TVs here. People can see on different social media platforms, specifically TikToks, right now, there's a very stupid trend, which I don't suggest anyone do this, but there's a very stupid trend where some girlfriends are deleting their boyfriends' game profiles, and their boyfriends are going completely off because some of these guys who are actually doing that, they actually make money off of this. So, again, like I said, it's toxic, but it's just because it's the heightened emotion too of the different games and how much time and effort you put into it and how much passion you put into this game, So yeah, I can understand. But that whole comments and negative comment stuff over that's kind of wild. That's, and the people, but then again too,
I know where you're going with this, Chris.
What were you about to, what I was saying?
I know where you're going with this because I was about to say, I welcome all salty, ignorant, because when I get to rub it in your face when I beat you and you get even more angry, that's gonna bring even more people laughing at you to my stream. Come on,
right?
I'm welcome.
Well, I mean, and it's so funny when that happens too, especially if a clip is actually put onto another service or a social media platform, a clip of someone else losing and getting upset, or you basically owning somebody. Those clips go viral, just depending on how badly you beat the person and everything. So, but so what's is really funny, and this isn't anything bad to say, whatever, but I've played Call of Duty with my brother and his son, and they are both so funny when somebody tries to go in and talk junk to them. They both go in hard. I mean, so my brother himself was kind of going off a couple times on somebody who's trying to talk slick or whatever. But there was one time this dude was really talking junk, and I had never seen my nephew go off like this before. I was like, "Wow, dude, calm down." it was wild. It was really wild. So, Black, what you got next?
My next question is there ever a point, you're juggling your normal life? Is there ever a point that you get burnt out streaming, or you feel burnt out streaming? And if you do, how you handle that?
Yes. Ooh. I know when I was actively streaming at one point where I said I was going to stream every single day at one, and I did. And I'll go to work, come back, I'll stream for like 2-3 hours, and I'll go to bed and do something, next day. And I get tired. I was like, dang, I'm like, nah, I gotta have like a day or two off of streaming. Then that leads to me, having more days off. Then I'm like, then I'll be, like then I won't go live at all, So I feel like I'm working through finding out a good balance of being like active with streaming, and then also, having those days where I don't have to stream, where I can just kind of relax and kind of reset to be able to come back and keep going. So I'm trying to find that balance still, but that is a real thing. Literally, I don't know how people do that every single day, if they do every day, but I think most of those who do it every day, they probably get paid for that and actually live off of that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I'm not living off of streaming, so I cannot do that every single day. So it's just about having to find that balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working through trying to find that balance.
Yeah, and just even, and that's so you saying that actually it kind of leads into the title of our actual podcast, because finding that balance between being a married gamer and using our games to decompress, it's so hard. So even being a streamer is got to be hard, doing that, because you have a job. Like you said, you're not getting paid for this. So you have a job, you have to make money. And to actually do this and then do it and still be able to enjoy what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a very difficult balance to actually do it and completely not hate it, So that's actually, I commend you for that, because even there's sometimes where I can go a couple of weeks without gaming, and I'm like, you know what, let me just jump on this game really quick,
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that, I almost feel like I'm forcing myself to like it, and it's
Right.
not it's
Mm-hmm.
not what originally was made me feel like I love the game. I love gaming. And if I ever have to feel like I force myself to jump on the game, I put it down. I'm like, nah, because I already know that I will get angry, and then I'll be longer that I don't play the game. I jump on the game now when it's natural for me to jump on the game. When I'm like, okay, I have some clear thoughts in my head. I mean, my mind is clear enough to actually focus on the game. If I have a whole bunch of other stuff, or if I really need it to jump on the game, because sometimes when you're angry, playing Gears or Call of Duty or something, some kind of shooter, or even just a couple of weeks ago, I was like really need to clear my head, so I jumped on Battlefront, So it can help that way. But like I was saying, finding that balance, that correct balance, is very important and very key, So that's just one thing, that a lot of people have to do. And what's actually pretty cool now is how big gaming has got. I remember, so Black, you may not remember this a couple of years ago. This was on Facebook a couple of years ago. I actually put a question on Facebook, because actually, yeah, you probably won't remember this because you don't get on Facebook like that. But I did. I put, this was, and it's funny because I do remember our friend E actually commented on this post. But anyway, I put a question on Facebook about gaming because I had a conversation with a friend about gaming. And Chris might remember this because I actually talked about this at work when we worked together years ago. And I put a question about gaming, and I asked, basically women, I was like, what what would you do if your man was a gamer? Or I think it was like, how do you feel about men who still play video games, or something like that, to that effect? Because at the time, it was looked down upon by certain people, and like certain women or whatever. But like, part of which is really funny too, because part of my relationship, like, we started like actually playing video games together. My wife, actually, she played the Sims, early Sims. She was an early adopter of Sims. She hasn't played in so long, but for years I was buying her Sims, and then we were getting Sims from different places. I think Chris gave me a couple of copies of the Sims, and she is an old school gamer. I've already said this before. She's beat Mario. I haven't. So gaming, depending on who you are, gaming, is great for relationships. But now it's a whole different thing. It's gaming has changed and it's evolved and it's grown. So there's no longer the stigma that it used to have. There's still some people who feel the same way, but it doesn't have the stigma that it used to. So I think it's actually a beautiful thing. The fact that it actually grew, and it's no longer just, people in their basements playing. It's such a big business, and it's everywhere. It's so everywhere. So
I agree with you.
We're coming up on time a little bit, but I kind of wanted to go through a couple more questions before we let you go.
Right.
But do you have any goals for your channel in the coming year? And if so, what are the goals?
Yes, I want to grow. I definitely want to grow. I think my main goal is trying to put my content more on social media, like Instagram and TikTok, because I know for a fact it can definitely reach the right audiences and blow up on there if I can get like the right clips and the right, the right times posting and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to start doing more clips and more posting. I have not posted a clip in months, and that's what is maybe slowing me down as well. It's like I can stream all day, cool, but I would not take not one piece of clip or content from that stream and put it nowhere else. So it's like no one even knows like what's going on. No one even knows that I stream, or like no one knows it's like like what kind of fun I'm having, what kind of funny stuff is happening, because I don't show it off. I don't post it anywhere. So my goal mainly is just to start clipping my content and putting it anywhere, just anywhere else, like whether it be on TikTok, Instagram, just anywhere that I can reach, get that out there. So that's my goal.
Well, send it to us, and we'll share it on our page, our podcast page too. I'm definitely trying to help. Matter of fact, I got to actually talk to Ruby about anytime she wants to start streaming again, to go ahead and send some clips and stuff to us too. So I want to help everyone grow. We're coming up with the same issue too, as far as like growing. We gotta share and I gotta do that. I really need to just find somebody who's really good with social media, because, I'm an old man. I suck. No, I'm not really. I mean, I say that, but not really, because I'm decent in social media. But then again, like when I get out of it, I can spend like days without even touching social media, and I'm fine. I don't really care.
I'm with you, Slim, on that one. I mean, I run away from social media.
Yeah,
I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a TikTok. I don't have any. I run away from that stuff.
TikTok's funny.
I depend on Slim for a lot of that stuff.
TikTok is funny. I find
content is though. Come on now, you got
yeah.
I know the content now. Everybody's on there trying to see what you got going on. They laugh at it. It goes viral, and then you good.
I'm like Slim. I'm old. I'm running away from that.
Right. Black, you got any other questions?
No. I was going to ask her what strategy she used to engage to grow her audience, but I think she just answered that. She's, if I'm not mistaken, Diva, you said you were going to try to get more on social media.
Yes.
With your streaming. Yeah. So that's why I was going to ask her that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I run into the issue of just making sure that, like, okay, my main thing is that I don't want to have to go back and rewatch like 3 hours of content. That's my biggest issue. I don't want to do that. And I also, I used to have a button on my Stream Deck where I can just have it pressed, and it will actually save like where I was at in a stream, and I can go back and see like what type of mark and like what timestamp that part was. I can just have to click faster, but that button is gone. I gotta kind of put that back on there, but I have to kind of put that back on so I can kind of go back to that exact moment because I don't want to have to rewatch hours of content just to clip like 50, like about 10 seconds of a clip. So that's my thing. But once I start to get that going again, I'm gonna go back and make sure I clip it and maybe I'll compile it and have it posted somewhere. Some edits and stuff.
And that's again making content. So actually, before before we got on this recording here, I was literally making content. That's why I was already in the studio, guys. So when I was talking about this Chappelle Show episode, that I was like, man, why are our numbers down for the Chappelle Show episode? I didn't make any clips, and I didn't share the clips. So making clips and sharing clips actually helps out tremendously. But like she just said, it's like going back and going through all the content and doing all that. It's just it's time consuming, but you got to do it if you want to grow. You definitely got to do it, So yeah, it's funny. Chris said the same thing about about social media too. He was like, yeah, he wouldn't even have it if it wasn't for connected to the Oculus. Which I get you. It's just sometimes it's just like some social media is not even worth having it. So I got you.
I mean, have you heard the X, right? You know how toxic that place is.
The what now?
X, Twitter.
Oh, X, yeah.
It's X now.
Yeah. Formerly known as X. Yeah, formerly known as Twitter. Yeah. So it's like, man, yeah, and using that, it's just like, nah, I'm just gonna keep it up. I'll go ahead and share my content on TikTok, and I'll share it on Instagram, and I'll stop there. Oh, and Facebook. The three things I share on Instagram or Facebook and all that. So we can stop right there. So well, Diva, let me get one more thing from you. Let me ask you. Do you have any advice for anyone who wants to start streaming?
Yes, I actually have a couple of things. So one, I would say don't try to spend too much money on things that is not really needed when you're first starting. Because, like, for example, like, yes, I have all these, I have a Stream Deck and green screen and the camera and the capture card and all kind of stuff. But it's like, you don't need that to start,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you're on PC, especially, like, you don't need anything to really start streaming on PC. All you need it's just to get, like, OBS maybe, just to have, and that's free. So get OBS, just literally put your game on OBS and just go live. Like, you do not need anything to pay to start to stream. That when you want to start to upgrade and eventually, like when you start to feel confident and you want to actually improve on certain elements and certain quality, then sure, then you can probably get a camera and all that kind of stuff and then a new mic. But don't try to spend it all at once. It's not needed at all. So that's the main thing. And two, don't feel worried or scared about games that you feel like nobody's going to watch. Because time and time again, I've said that, onto my own self, like, I'm like, you know what? No one's going to watch this. Or like, no one wants to see this. But when I stream it, and it's like, people come in, it's like, whoa, like, you guys actually want to see this? Or you guys actually care about this one game? Like, okay, you know what? Sure, I'll keep playing it, you know what I'm saying? So don't feel worried or scared to just stream certain games, because every game has a market on Twitch. Every single game. Even if you think that it doesn't. Somewhere it's like, it's seeing you somewhere. Even if like it's quiet in the chat and no one's talking, someone's probably still watching, just not talking. So it's like, still stream, and also stream as if somebody is watching, because someone probably is. So don't just sit there and be silent and just kind of just play the games. Like, still talk, even though like no one's really there in the chat or no one's like speaking to you, but still talk, because someone's probably still watching and hearing you and still entertained by what you're saying, and it's still like engaging for them. Right. But that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I've definitely had plenty of times where I played games. Like, for example, if I played Payday 3, and at this time it's kind of like old and like out the way now, but I played it and I had somebody hop in like, oh yeah, I love this game. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? How you doing? So it's like, people they will come and they will watch, even if you don't think that someone's there, somebody is probably there. That's my biggest takeaways.
Yeah, definitely. And I think for me, the one thing I will have to do is I would have to take what I'm thinking and say it out loud sometimes, you know? And I think that would be a little hard for me, but once I realize that, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm streaming now, so I need to actually say, you know, like, oh man, what is this dude doing? Oh, no, you know what? Playing GTA, I'm very loud when I'm talking to my character because he does, like, the characters in GTA and the controls of those characters do some of the dumbest things when you're trying to control them to get them to do one thing and they doing something totally different. That's wild. You know? Yeah. And actually, I that was another. I watched you play GTA RP before too. That was actually a pretty cool experience watching. That was cool. So
those are my good days. I've stopped playing that now because it's like I started playing it in 2020. So I feel like I've retired now. I'm moving on from that. But I've had some really fun times on GTA. I had some good storylines and everything like that. So yeah.
I can't wait till 6 comes out. Are you going to play GTA 6 when it comes out?
Oh, yes, I can't wait. But I think it's going to only be on PC for a bit. No, not PC, on console for a bit, and then be on PC. So I'll probably go back to console just for that game.
I'm trying to get Black. I'm trying to get Black to play. Matter of fact, I need to get him on GTA 5. You know, while it's still, because like they got new content coming out. He tried to play one time. He jumped in with us. We played a little bit, and so me and our other friend was trying to get him to play different stuff with us, and we got so confused that it just like didn't work, and like it was like a bad session. So I want to try it again.
Yeah, that was before I believe the graphics upgrade they did.
True.
And I told you, I said it's kind of hard going back to them graphics, man. Like from the original. But
now,
but it's supposed to be better now.
It definitely is. It definitely is. They've improved it dramatically. You know, now that they upped them for the Xbox. Yeah, it's been dramatically increased. So, well, that's dope. Diva, do you want to go ahead and share any of your socials with us? Go ahead and let people know what's your socials.
Sure, I am the same name literally almost every single social on X, even though I don't really post X like that. I'm not really an X user, so to speak. I think I tried it like 1 year. I'm like, not really a big fan when it was still Twitter. But I am the same name on Instagram, TikTok. It was like my top 2, I should say, for sure. And it's the same name, so it's LFX. Again, GODIVA, Godiva, on all those platforms, especially on Twitch as well. Shout out to my my crew, which is LFX Gaming, which stands for Loyalty First. So
nice. That's dope. I like that.
Yeah, it's a few of us, and we're all pretty much fun people. Not all of them stream, but we do try to get everybody to stream from the group. But yeah, shout out to them.
Well, tell your friends I said they are extremely funny, especially the ones I saw you play the last time with Chain Together. That was hilarious. I was rolling. So
I'll tell them. I'll tell them. We're happy to hear that.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Black, you got anything else you want? You got
man. I don't got anything to say. Real interesting conversation. I tell you that much. Very interesting.
Yeah. So, sooner or later you're gonna end up catching Black and I trying to stream.
Let me know when you do. I'll pop in. I'll support. I'll tap you guys up so you guys have some more viewers and keep that going. Just let me know whenever that happens.
Look out for them toxic people for us too, because I'm waiting for them.
yeah, yo. And E-Day, boy. Yeah, we got to definitely start doing it before E-Day comes out. You know what, though? I really hope E-Day's a 3-player game. For real.
I'm hoping too.
So close.
I really am.
So close. Yep. I mean, it still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. They got 4 characters that's playing, and you only get 2 players. So come on. Anyway. All right. Yeah. Diva, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it so much, and everybody, we're going to go ahead and cut the podcast off here. But, if you want to find us on our socials, you can find us on Instagram at Told My Wife Podcast. You can also find us on Facebook. I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. Like, subscribe. We got a YouTube page now. And it's so funny. I got to tell y'all too, I think we got like more views on our YouTube than I actually thought we did. So that's another thing too. So
shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
no
it. I will
doubt.
be sharing my stuff on my TikTok, but you can actually find me on my TikTok, SlimTour78. You can see some of our content from TikTok on there. But we're on Instagram, Facebook. I'm trying to share on a couple different things here or there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else, but we are on most podcast platforms as well as iHeartRadio, like I said, Pandora, a couple different things here or there. So, find us, like, share, subscribe. We'd be so happy. If you got anything you want to say to us, you can actually hit us up in our inbox on any of those, or you can actually email us. Our email is toldmywifepodcast@gmail.com. So, once again, everyone, I want to thank Diva. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was fun.
All right. And, everyone, I'm Slim.
And I'm Black, signing off.
And we wanted to say thanks for listening.